Have you ever been shopping for a new machine, looking to upgrade an old one, or maybe getting to sewing for the first time ever, and wondered what's the best machine you can get for the money? Maybe that's what led to this video. Well, I believe that machine is the Baby Lock Presto 2, and I'm gonna show you why. So one of my favorite things is that it is just feature packed. I mean, it has everything that you'd really want out of a sewing machine. You got a needle threader that works as long as you take care of your needle. Push button scissors, which is just awesome. A speed control, so even though you have the foot control, you can regulate your speed so you're not having to feather your foot on the throttle too much and have to worry about you going too fast or too slow. Drop-in bobbin that's automatic, so you can just sew. You don't have to turn your hand wheel to pick that up. It has just enough stitches. It's gonna have some decorative stuff if you want to go that fancy way, but most people that come through here always tell me the same thing: I don't care about stitches. So I feel like this has just enough. You got all your straight stitch, zigzag, utility, blanket stitch, buttonholes. No matter what you're doing, it's gonna have the stitch you want. It's even got some little alphabet stuff if you want to make quilt labels. So the first thing you got to do when you're ready to sew is wind a bobbin. This machine uses 15 class plastic bobbins, which is probably the most standard bobbin on the market. Just set that to the side and grab your quality sewing thread. I like the Gutermann. This is a polyester. I'm using black, so hopefully you can see everything that I'm doing on this white machine. Set it on your spool pin. There's a number 1 right here. I like to hold some tension back here just so I can maneuver this where I want to. So you come around number 1, underneath that metal bar right here, and then around number 2 and the back side of number 1, so right back this way. There's a tensioner up here that you just go around the back of and lock it in, and there's a diagram right here on the top, so it's very easy to know what you're supposed to do. There's a couple different ways to wind a bobbin, but I always do it the same way. Your bobbins have holes in them, pretty large holes, so they're pretty easy to see and get the thread through. I like to take my thread and then come through that hole like that. Then you grab it and you should have this situation right here. So when you come over and you can mount this to your bobbin winder like that, it'll click in place. You want to hold your left hand up here. You can kind of see that. You can't see it out of frame, but just trust it's there with some good tension, because when you start this, it will start to pull and you don't want it to wrap and make a mess. So you push that over. This turns orange, so you know that it's ready to go. And you can use your start stop button, but since we have our foot control plugged in, we're going to use the foot control. When I get to about there, I like to take my scissors and just trim right there. And then I can finish that bobbin out. And once it's full, or you get to your desired fullness, you push it over, remove it, and this gray piece actually has a little blade in it, so if you run that between the slits, it'll trim it for you, which is sweet. So now we'll go ahead and put the bobbin in, that way we don't lose it. So this is fairly easy, but I'm doing a close shot so you can see everything that's happening. You push this little trigger to the right, and that'll pop off. Set that to the side, don't lose it or step on it. Take your bobbin thread, counterclockwise, drop it in. And I'll just kind of hold this here so it doesn't spin around on me. And I'll pull this thread towards the bottom of this plastic piece. It's got a little arrow on it, you may can see in the camera. And then I'll keep holding some pressure while I pull this into the tension. And then you should be in your tension, and you can wrap this around. And I like to give it a little pull to make sure it feels like it has tension. If it feels too loose, just take it apart and retry it again. Then I'll put this on first. So you start that little piece in that little metal one, you click it in place. And then you can take this and trim it. The reason I put this on before trimming it is because sometimes when you trim it, it will slip back through the tension, and then when you go to sew, your bottom has no tension. So to thread it, I'm going to show a couple different angles so you can really see what's happening. The start of it is just like winding a bobbin. So we come around number 1, come underneath that metal piece, and around here. But now, instead of going over to the right, we're going to the left. Around the back side of this. Still hold some tension here so I can keep it under control. And down through your tension. Now right down here is number 3. And that's just a U-turn. We're going back up. Be real deliberate with it, not like what I just did. And there's a take up in here. You can't see it, but if it's not up all the way, it will cause you some trouble. So if you have a habit of touching your hand wheel, you may want to make sure your needle's all the way up by pressing your needle up down button until your needle rotates all the way up. That way when you go around the back and come forward, you make sure you catch your take up and bring it down. And I'm going to show you that take up in there so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a hard shot to get, but that little metal right there, that's your take up. And you want to make sure that thread catches that, because if the thread does not catch your take up, it will cause bunching. You'll only get about 1 to 4 stitches and it's going to immediately knot up. So if you have that happening, rethread your machine and make sure you're catching that take up. So now as we progress down here, there's a number 6. Let me lower this camera a little bit. There's a number 6 with your thread guide. So bring this down. Something I forgot to mention that I'll mention now, always make sure your foot's up. If it's down, you won't be able to thread it properly. So make sure your foot's always up. Come over here, hold some tension. You go right to left. You'll see that little clip. I'm looking at the camera so it makes it a little tricky. And give it just a little yank. And you'll see it shoot from right to left around that little clip. And now you can do your threader. The way the threader is actuated is you seat the thread in that little crab claw. And I'll put my finger here just to kind of hold it while I bring this thread around. There's a number 7 here. Bring it around there, and you'll get a little positive click. Not sure if it picked up on camera, but you can definitely hear it and feel it in person. There's a thread cutter right here you can trim. And now all you have to do is you press this lever right here. And you want to make sure you press it like you mean it. So you don't want to do it too slow and back off of it. You want to press it all the way down. And it'll spring back for you. And now there's a little loop back here. And that is our thread through the eye of the needle. So now to get ready to sew, I just take this thread and run it through the foot so it's out the back. And like I mentioned, your bobbin thread is automatic. So that's all you have to do. You don't have to use your hand wheel to take that thread up. These are your default stitches when the machine does turn up. So all you have to do is select through here. If you want a zigzag, it's a zigzag. If you want like a bean stitch, and select all through these stitches. To get to any of these specialty stitches, they all have a category. That's a category, that's a category, and that's a category. All 3 of those are found right here. So for example, if you wanted to do the alligator, it's under this category, the little vine, and it's number 19. So we come here, touch the vine, and tap 19. The only complaint I have about this machine, it does not display what you're sewing. Not a huge deal, but it is worth noting. There are some that do that are a little bit more expensive, but I think for what it's worth, this is fine. So I'm gonna do a little stitching on this machine on a couple different varieties of fabric that you may use. You've probably seen some of my videos before where I run some pretty heavy stuff through these machines. This won't be that much different. So I'm gonna run some lighter weight and work my way up to show you how durable this machine is and what you can actually put in this machine. I'm just gonna use a straight stitch for the sake of the video. That is full speed and it is quiet and smooth. You can turn this down as you're going if you want to get to a more comfortable speed. It does have reverse. And above reverse, it acts as a locking stitch. So you can press and hold this, and it'll tie a knot for you. And then you press your scissors, lift your foot, and that's it. So that's just our stitch on cotton. A little reverse, a little tack in there. And does cotton no problem. You can do multiple layers of cotton. That'd be like 4 layers, but I'm going to skip right to something more interesting. This is a quilted material. So you might be sewing sandwiches, doing like a diamond pattern or a free motion or something like that. So just to show you how it'll do on that. Perfect stitch. You can even double up on that to kind of emulate some more thickness. At this point, a walking foot can help, but it's not totally necessary. Just like that. And now, you know, I always like to do something heavy. So this is a very dense denim. I've used this in videos past. I'm not going to say that this machine is as durable as the EF72, but it's half the price and can still do a lot of the same thicknesses. So that's 2 layers. I know it'll do that very easily. Let me show you what 4 layers looks like. It's pretty thick, 1/8 inch or so. A heavier needle, slowing it down, can help your outcome of this, but it's not necessary. The machine will still do a good job. Just like that. Hard to really see that black. I tried to use a good thread so you could see it real well. That looks like a mess, but that's actually just the denim. And it is very strong. It's not coming out. Something else the machine can do, if you like presets, you can set it so it can reverse and cut at the end of your stitch. So what that looks like is you turn those 2 keys on, you come to sew, you hit your pedal, it'll back tack for you. And then when you come to the end, you press your knot tying stitch, it'll tie a knot, and it'll cut for you. So you're a little more hands-free. Just like that. And I can't finish talking about how awesome this machine is without talking about price and warranty. This machine comes in at $7.99. Prices do change, keep that in mind. So when you watch this video, it may not be $7.99, but since this machine debuted, it's been $7.99, which is an awesome price. Sub $1,000, you get scissors, threader, LED lighting, and all the features to quill, make bags, do utility sewing, you name it. I'm confident this machine can do it. Warranty, it gives you a 25-year manufacturer warranty, 10 years on mechanical internal parts that are not expendable parts, such as bobbin case, threader, etc. 5 years on the computer and electric parts, and 1 year of labor warranty when you go to an authorized baby lock retailer service department. So basically, like if in the first year of having it, you're having issues with breaking needles, breaking thread, bunching, you bring that machine in and your labor is covered by us. So if you're looking at getting a new machine, I would highly recommend the Presto 2. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We've been selling this machine for years and had nothing but success with it. I don't really do videos on machines until I can really test them out and make sure that they're gonna stand the test of time. This machine has stood the test of time. You take care of it, this machine will last you a long time. It's like a Toyota truck. So if you are looking to upgrade to this machine, we do have them on our website at $7.99 right now. So I'll put a link to them in the description box, and you can click that link, check out, and have it shipped to your door, free shipping. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment, shoot me an email, or give me a call. See y'all next one.